Summit, the European Union is committing to reducing emissions by 40%. South Africa will be pushing for financial support to reach its commitments. The country remains the biggest emitter on the African continent. Our Europe correspondent Jack Parrock has this report.
The goal of the Climate Change Summit is to adopt a legally binding agreement to keep global warming below 2 degrees Celsius this century. The point at which scientists say the effects of climate change would be drastic, causing floods, droughts and major destruction. For its part, the European Union has committed to reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 40%.
We will have a deal of Paris in Paris. Of that, I have no doubt. But my worry is that we may end up having a minimalistic agreement. And the European Union wants a good deal, an ambitious deal, not just any deal for the sake of it. But the European Union cannot do it alone.
However, Poland says it will do everything it can to shelter an already struggling coal mining sector from any radical action. While the EU accounts for 10% of the world's emissions, much of the focus will be on China and the US, who make up around 45% combined.
Countries agreed that different countries would have different ways of making their commitments and different levels of commitments, and that there should also be financial support coming from rich countries to poorer countries to help them invest in renewable energy, energy efficiency, but also invest in adapting to the impacts of climate change.
South Africa is expected to push for a large slice of $100 billion from the richer nations in order to reach its climate change commitments. The first couple of days of the Climate Change Conference, when the world leaders descend on Paris, are likely to be the ones to provide the major headlines. But the work won't end there. Difficult negotiations are set to continue for nearly 2 weeks to try to come to a global consensus. Jack Parrock, SABC News, Brussels.